Yeah, I mean, the game was a great game. I'm sure it was an awesome game to watch as a spectator. Was not an awesome game to watch in the visitors' dugout, but our kids competed. They fought. They never gave up, and they really, in my opinion, exemplified the spirit of what our softball team is about, and that's grit and energy and fight. And, I'm real proud of them. I thought this was an awesome season. It was one for the books, and unfortunately, all things come to an end with the 3 seniors that we've got who've been a tremendous part of the growth of our program. And, like we talked about at the end, really setting the bar high and really creating great expectations for their teammates and setting a great example for them of what it takes to compete at the highest level. And, it's always sad. It's never fun for it to end. And, you can look back, and there's a lot of things I probably would have done differently in that game, but, can't change them now. And, we gave it what we had. And I'm just extremely proud of the program and proud of where it's at and proud of where these 3 seniors are leaving it.
Questions?
Coach, you guys get out of 2 straight bases loaded. You come back and score 2. Just to lose that, how would you describe it? Just like a gut punch, or that's got to be such a...
Yeah, I just, unfortunately, it seems like a little bit like the day was going for us. We just couldn't seem to get any luck. And, you got to credit them. They had a really great approach at the plate and, jumped on every pitch that we put a little bit too much on the plate. And, unfortunately, that was the battle today. We did the same thing. We just didn't do it enough. And, you try to hang on. We had a 3-run lead in the 7th, 2-run lead, and whatever that last inning was, I lost track of time there. But, it is a little bit of a punch in the gut. But, I never felt like we gave up. And credit them. They got the run that they needed, and they kept competing even when they were down. And, it's a tough way to go out. But like I said, it's a tough game. And when you get to the postseason, you have to remind yourself that every team that you're playing is really good, and it's not easy to win.
What was your message there to your players in that final huddle?
Well, just really congratulating our seniors, and like I said earlier, just so thankful for the work that they've put in. Obviously, Zoe was only here for 2 years, and Lolo's been here the longest, 1 semester over Sid. And even in 5 years hasn't figured out the squeeze sign, but that was okay. She got a double instead. Gave it to her twice, yeah. But, the 3 of them, they've been special players. Sid, obviously, the most special we've ever had, but the 3 of them, 3 really different personalities. Everything that they brought to the program was always something that was good. There was never anything that you were like, okay, we got to fix that. They got to grow up. They got to do this, whatever, which you have some of that with some of your players. They took advantage of every opportunity that they had to be a great teammate and to be a great performer. And so we talked about that, and I talked to the girls that, are coming back about the feeling that they're feeling right now. It sucks. But you have to continue to keep working, and you got to learn from the things that maybe didn't go your way, and understand that, the best example that Zoe, Sid, and Lolo set was that they got better every year. And, they never were satisfied, and they wanted to be the best Shocker softball player they could possibly be. And if there was going to be one takeaway from their legacy, it's to be that, and to come in here and work hard every single day and get better, and be better than you were your freshman year when you graduate your senior year. And like I said, tough loss, but I'm proud of the way they competed, and proud of the season that we had.
Can you expand one more time on just Sid? You've said it before, program, the GOAT. Just one last time, just what has she meant to this program, and just now you can kind of, put everything in perspective.
Well, I think you can, everybody can talk a little bit about Sid, the physical softball player. Super special, obviously. I think ended up 103 hits.
Yes.
Okay. 103 hits on the season. That's nuts, right? I don't know where she's going to end up in career hits for the NCAA, but think in the top 5 was before she came into the weekend. So now number 4. And when you start looking at those stats, you think about how many games those people played. Because, man, in the 90s and the early 2000s, you could play 3 games in a day. You know, there weren't a lot of limitations on the number of games. And so what she accomplished in my opinion, a shorter amount of time is incredible. And, I mean, just the way that she competed. And you know, she's a great shortstop as well. Sometimes she overshadows her defense because her offense is so great. But I think for me, the best way to talk about Sid is just Sid the person. You know, I've been coaching softball for 21 years. I think it sounds nuts, but 21, maybe 22 years.
And I am 22.
Huh?
I said, and I am 22.
Yes, yeah. So I've been coaching softball since Sid was born, right? And in those 22 years, I haven't had a player who, in my opinion, worked as hard as Sid, competed as hard as Sid, but also really understood who Sid was and what was the best for Sid. You know, it's so hard now to be an athlete because all the pressures that are put on you in social media and the press and, you know, just to be perfect because you're constantly being watched and scrutinized. And she found a really great way to release and control that. You know, she worked hard to be the best version of herself, but she did an awesome job of having an awesome release. You know, it wasn't always easy for her. I think this year, last time, we would have been having a different conversation. At least Sid would have, you know, with how things were going. And, man, she fought hard, and she figured out who she was. And I think that's one of the best things about her, you know. She's painted mugs, or my dogs on mugs for me and, you know, painted different things for people. You know, she's figured out who Sid is and what she wants in life and how to have an outlet. And I think that's such a great role model type person because you're seeing a lot of kids that can't handle athletics nowadays. They can't handle the pressure. And she's the best example, in my opinion, on how to keep her lanes clean. You know, she gives everything she's got to softball, but she can switch lanes and really enjoy her life outside of softball. And she's really comfortable with her, you know, who she is as a person and what she wants. And I hope to have 22 athletes just like that every year, and it's hard. Sorry, that was long.
Sid, just what has Wichita State meant to you, you know, these last 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Wichita State is just home, and I'm going to cry. But just proud to represent and proud to stay.
And when you hear just everyone talking about your legacy, how do you want to be remembered as a Shocker?
Just as Sid, I think I'm just like, you know, like Coach B said, just somebody that works hard, somebody that wants to help everybody, and I hope I can continue to do that for the team.
Anything else?
Big Red?
I'm good.
All right. Hey, thank you, guys.
Like that nickname, thank you.
I know, right?